So today we have another tough game for the Steels, as they have now finally entered some good form. 4 games unbeaten, but they face a Prescott Cables that are 6 games unbeaten. And as we were in this league, we're starting to learn the reputation of different teams. We're starting to learn what each one's about and everything. Everything we talk about Prescott, everything we know is that this is probably the toughest place to come in the league. For Stocksbridge Park Steels, it's Ben Townsend in goal, Tom Charlesoff, Connor Smythe, Curtis Turner the captain, Elliot Owen, the only change, Paul Iggledon, who comes in for Ben Jordison, Danny Deakin, Alex O'Connor, Luke Rawson, James Morris, and Oliver Grezlak. The bench is Jack Tinker, Sam Kay, Alfie Wilkinson, Jordan Lemon, and potentially making his return from a hamstring injury, Jack DeGruchy. Throwing a positive start for the Steels so far in this game. Ball into the middle here. Morris just can't control it. Back to Grezlak, who can't get a decent shot off. It's deflected and bounces, and in the end knocked away, so Hare can go and claim it. Calvin Hare will take this free kick. Slips as he does so, but it's a good kick. Going forward, headed into the box, and almost there for Ben Elliott, who's been a potent goal scorer for the Cables this season. Just couldn't get onto it. Townsend gathers it. The ball is now back here with Devine here, who throws it forward. Charles gets header, now forward now to O'Connor. O'Connor to Morris. He's moved into the centre here with Rawson on his right. Morris beats another man. Can he get it back to Grezlak? And no juggles. Grezlak with the header. Clawed away, and no, it's not. It's in. Grezlak has put the Steels ahead. Calvin Hare got a hand onto it, and it wasn't enough though. Oh, and now the Steels are ahead. It's a poacher's goal from the Polish forward once again. The Steels lead 1-0 thanks to Oliver Grezlak. Mike Bacon to left, but well read and tackled. Out to the right as Prescott will now look to get onto the counter. Goes forward, headed away by Owen, but only back here for Goodwin, who's going for it, takes a shot, blocked, and Townsend's racing to keep it out for a make sure it don't go out for a corner. Does get his foot on it and stops it going to. Ashton United, Josh Scott scored. Morpeth in that 6 points against Workington, a 1-0 up. Nicholas Ballardo has scored, and Hebburn 1-0 up on Leek. Ethan Wood, the man with the goal. Smythe with the ball. He gets it out to O'Connor. He just has to slow down to get it. Stops him potentially breaking into that space that opened up on the right side. O'Connor moves to the centre, takes a shot, takes a bit of a deflection. Well, thought it took a deflection. The referee disagrees with that, and it will go out for a goal kick. Zen's not happy because he's having his space blocked off. Ball towards the far end and headed back into the 6-yard area. Flicked to, and then Townsend claims, and I think Townsend's had a bit of an awkward landing on that one. There's some of the Prescott fans who probably share allegiances to both teams would be quite happy about. Long ball here from Hare, headed on and then flicked on by Elliott. Charlesoff there, don't get it, and he's wanting a foul, Charlesoff, but it's not given here. As he goes to cross it there, across the far side. This is where Charlesoff would be. Shot, and it's over the bar. He's happy where the wall is, so he'll head into position, and we'll get the free kick in a moment or so. We know how strong he is from this sort of set piece. Ball into the box. Deleted shot. Rawson with a header. It's 2-0 to the Steels. Calvin Hare's punished there for his indecision coming for the ball. He was initially going for it, stops. Rawson's there for the header. Stocksbridge have doubled their lead and are 2-0 up from the home side. Low one here. Takes a shot, takes a deflection, and then Iggledon clears it away. Nicely worked, but Iggledon was aware. Now it's a chance for a counter. Charlesoff, though, loses the ball, stops that counter, and then Smythe goes in with a tackle, wins it. Turner will come away with the ball. Ball goes forward here to Elliott, getting held up, but Owen gets the ball off him. Back with Smythe, he's losing. Hello and welcome to Ewan Fields for this Northern Premier League Premier Division match between Stocksbridge Park Steels and Hyde United. It's the first for double header. I'm the commentator Adam Allcroft for this big league match. This is a League One, and we are sponsored by R&R Car and Van Hire. So welcome to Greater Manchester. The Steels coming to Hyde for the first time since 2004. It was a 1-1 draw back then. Andy Smith scoring the only goal for Stocksbridge. Now, we're here once again, 21 years on. Some of our players are younger than the last time that we faced Hyde United. So the Steels come in with good form, having won 5 games in a row if you include the cup competitions, and they're hoping to try and continue that against Hyde to try and climb further away from the relegation zone. Hyde are in decent form as well, but they've had a bit of a break. Quite a lot of games, combination of postponements, cups, and also the break weekend that happens to every team in this division this year due to the late withdrawal of Widnes FC. So we'll see what happens for this match. Alex O'Connor is standing over the ball now as Aya the Tiger plays behind us, but will Stocksbridge continue their rocky underdog story as they look to stay in this league, which I don't think anyone has predicted they will. So we just wait for kick-off referee Joshua Howell, along with his assistants Connor Thompson and Bradley Thompson, just making their final few checks. As we get closer to kick-off, we are past the 7:45 mark. But here we go. Stocksbridge Park Steels get us underway. We'll go through the team lineups shortly, as Stocksbridge Park Steels in the yellow shirts, blue shorts, but focusing from left to right, while Hyde are in the red shirts, black shorts, black socks, kicking from right to left. Interestingly, painting colours that are not the team that used to play here. Manchester City used to play in this stadium. So let's go through the teams for you. It's for Hyde United. It is Yusuf Mersin in goal. Then Kieran Lloyd, Taylor McMahon, Ben Kershaw, Scott Duxbury, Will Hall, Tom Pratt, Matt Fernley, Lewis Rawsthorne, Jack Redshaw and Antoine McCauley. Their bench is Charlie Frost, Shaquille Jones-Griffiths, Jordan Scanlon, Niall Bell and Lewis Thompson. For the Steels, only one change today, but Ben Townsend's in goal, and Tom Charles, Connor Smythe, Curtis Turner the captain, Elliot Owen, Paul Eggleton, Danny Deakin, Alex O'Connor, Luke Rawson, James Morris and Jack DeGrucci. The one change comes in for Oliver Grzelak, who I believe has a knock coming into this game. The bench is Jack Tinker, Jordan Lemon, Sam Kay, Alf Wilkinson and Tommy Marshall. Hyde clear, it goes forward here to Charlesworth, trying to be forced back, and does get forced back, and Eagleton just has to head that out. Hyde will get the throw close to us, in front of us here in the main stand here. It's a rare visit to a stadium with 4 stands, something we're not particularly used to, thanks to the NPL East. Obviously Hyde United did once play in the Conference Premier. Ball going forward, and Owen's just having to cover it, and Townsend stretches and is able to catch. Ball's out quickly to Charlesworth. Ball going forward now as Charlesworth just runs with it. Will now be closed down, and that blocks his pass, goes out. Stocksbridge throw in. Hello to Grumpy Old Man in the YouTube comments. Come on, you mighty Steels. Glad to have you listening tonight on a chilly night here in Greater Manchester, right under the flight path to Manchester Airport. It's a flight radar favourite, I imagine, this stadium. As Eagleton managed to get somewhat of a head away. It's hooked back over. Owen will track it. It's got the experienced Rawsthorne coming into him. Redshaw's as someone to watch, and the club captain for Hyde, former Morecambe striker. He's on the left today. As Townsend will launch us forward, head away into midfield. Stocksbridge not winning anything in the air as of yet, as Redshaw just being forced back into the field, and over to Taylor McMahon back into defence. Stocksbridge are pressing through DeGrucci and Rawson, back to the goalkeeper Mersin, who received an award before the game. Mersin sends it forward, but not a great ball, but then Turner can't get it after initially blocking it with the interception. And now here come Hyde on the left-hand side. Taylor McMahon going one-on-one with Charlesworth, puts the pass into the middle to Rawsthorne, tries to pass forward, but then it's Smythe who's dropped into centre-back at that occasion, who's able to intercept, and it's cleared away. Lloyd will cover it as it goes out for a Hyde throw-in. 2.5 minutes gone in this game. It is 0-0 between Hyde and Stocksbridge Park Steels. We'll, of course, try and keep you up to date with all the other scorelines happening across the leagues, local fixtures and such. Bit of a shock one happening in the east as Blythe Spartans are leading against Matlock Town. As Eagledon head it out, and he's going to be run by Pratt on the right, and he's got a lot of pace. Escape from Spike, ball into the middle, and Eagledon will clear it away. Calm defending from the defender who returned from injury in Saturday's game against Prescott Cables. So, just got a FC United have taken the lead against Rochelle Olympic. Stocksbridge could overtake Rochelle today with a win. Could overtake Hyde as well with a win, which would be fantastic for our hopes of avoiding relegation. But at the moment, Hyde will get a throw in a quiet start to the match so far. Hyde edging it so far. Seem to be able to keep the ball much better than Stocksbridge in the early parts of the game. It's a 3G surface here at Hyde that the Steels do have to get used to. Turner with a good block though, and then lays it low to Morris. Morris will turn, gets it out to the right to DeGroshi. DeGroshi just can't reach it, and I thought he would have had the pace to get to that, just can't get it. It would have a really nice pass by Morris. We'll go out for a Hyde throw-in. Hello, Sue Allcroft. Come on, lads, don't let me down because I'm not here to keep a check on you. Well, that don't mean we're going to get a load of bookings and red cards today. Highgate Railway Athletic are 1-up on Nassau Managed Welfare. Harris Eggleston, the goal scorer, has some nice holder by Rawsford, and he gets it out to Pratt, who we've just seen a lot of pace from, as Pratt will run at Connor Smythe. Pratt will be going forward, but well in there from Danny Deakin coming back to help in defence. Goes out for to be a Hyde throwing. So Hyde will get us back underway from the throw-in over in this corner to the left of us. First waiting for an option here, but gets it to Pratt, who will find his man again on the right-hand side. There was a slight call for offside, but it's not given as Pratt's forced back into midfield to Fernley. Fernley just being forced backwards here and then trying to get the ball forward, but will not find anyone. It will go out for a goal kick. 5 minutes gone in this game. It is 0-0 between Hyde and Stocksbridge Park Steels. The Stocksbridge haven't really had it much in Hyde's half just yet. Hyde looking all the better for the rest they have had over the last week half. It's always you never know what's going to do. Having more than like a week off, is it going to make you rusty when you come back, or are you going to be super refreshed? It depends how you manage it as a coaching team. But Hyde look like so far that they have managed it really well. Eagledon heads out towards the right. DeGroshi makes his first start for the Steels today. He only made a couple of appearances before hamstring injury, but he wasn't able to get to it. Now it goes out for a Hyde throw-in. Kershaw comes over to take it. It quickly into the centre. Flicks out to the right. Very canny and clever there as it goes to Kieran Lloyd. Little flick, that no sight flick. Now Pratt trying to bring a bit of space, but he's been blocked off by a combination of Deakin and Smythe. Now switch, great switch here to McMahon. Ball low towards the near post, and Townsend claims it. Rawsford was trying to get to it. Dangerous ball. Townsend obviously confident that he was going to get to that ball first. In the Sheffield Senior Cup, Sheffield Senior leading 1-0 South Emsall. All forward and knocked backwards by Hyde, and it will be a Stocksbridge throw-in on the right wing. Hopefully a chance for the Steels to try and get something going. FC United head against Rochelle, we already said, but it was for Matty Gravosti who's got the goal. As the ball is with Charlesworth for this throw-in. Taking some time here, Charlesworth. Then finds Turner, he just gets it caught on his feet. He's just skidding there as he goes back to Turner. Goes back and it's a really bad pass by Turner. He's just given it to Rawsford here, who's going to try and start the counter-attack. Right now to Pratt, who's seen already got a lot of pace, and he's going to use some of it here, trying to get past Smythe again. Bit of help from Turner. Into midfield now for Fernley. Fernley going forward. Sideways here to Redshaw. Redshaw running at Charles, trying to get it onto his right. Being forced backwards though. Back it goes. Then a pass straight here to the fore. Looking for the shot. Takes shot. Near post goes wide. Ben Kershaw there. Not a natural in front of goal, you can see there. He goes to the near post after getting a lot of space, taking too many touches as well. Lets the Steels off from some poor defending. It all come from a really bad pass from Curtis Turner as well. A rare bad pass from the captain. Stocksbridge need to do better in defence to get a bit of a let off on that occasion. Townsend is just sending it long, but headed backwards by Hyde. Morris will try to get to it. He's holding off Lloyd really well. Turned well. Ball slipped through. So Rawson can't get to it as he was just went past. He was trying to turn and then take control of it, Luke Rawson, but ends up just going looser and it's back with Mercy. But it was a good idea of a pass from James Morris, who's been one of Stocksbridge's top performers this season. Launch ball and Turner gets a foot on it and then controls it. Back it goes to Eagledon, who gets it forward, look for DeGruchy, but well met there by McMahon, who got a bit of a knock from DeGruchy there, and he's just having to run it off. DeGruchy then closed down, good block by DeGruchy, ends up ricocheting back to Merson. Merson just lays it off to Hall in front of him as Hyde will look to build from the back. Rawson will press. Rawson going forward, and the keeper does get out well, but it's Turner again who meets it. To DeGruchy. Wanted to go to Rawson. I think Rawson thought he was offside and he's left it. Cleared away. Eagledon gets it right to Charlesworth. In the middle to Turner. Turner back to Eagledon. Eagledon will launch it long, and DeGruchy is peeling off the far man here on the right wing, and he's going to look to hold it up, and he's tried to knock it off the defender, and in the end, after a bit more battle, it's going out for a corner kick, and the Steels will get to try out one of their specialities, and that is set pieces, something that was so strong last season. Hasn't been as effective this year, but we saw there was a free kick that was practically a corner on Saturday, lead to a Luke Rawson goal against Prescott, who are formidable at defending set pieces. So Deacon, the set piece specialist, will head over to take this corner. Left-footed ball goes to the far side and then cleared away by Hyde. Deacon will get it back on the right wing. On his left, puts another cross in, but it's not a great clearance. They just about get away, and then Owen just clatters into his man as it was coming out. And it's going to be a free kick to Hyde. It'll be a bit of a rough one. And it will be Merson. So ball back with the goalkeeper. Stocksbridge have their first little foray forward of the game. 10 minutes gone. All forward. Charles, a strong header into midfield. Deakin will knock it on. Morris holding it up. Morris getting down the channel to DeGruchy. DeGruchy just causing all sorts of problems, but then well covered back to the keeper. It goes and cleared out. Not a very long clearance. O'Connor heads it, but only up into the air. Morris tries to take it down, wants to get it on with his foot, but loses the ball. Hyde trying to escape, but they only end up dribbling it out of play here on this side closest to us. Stocksbridge have a bit of a shaky start, have really grown into this game now. On to the middle, back to Charlesworth. Try to send one down the channel that Rawson will chase, and it will just be covered by Duxbury as it goes out for a throw-in. Goal kick, sorry. So back here now with Merson as Stocksbridge were hoping to get the ball back quickly. Ball going forward. Charlesworth heads it forward. Rawson head it on, and DeGruchy's got a bit of space here. On the right, tries to in the middle to get to Rawson. Rawson takes a touch. It's a heavy touch that takes it well into the box, but well covered here by Hall, who just clears out for a throw-in. Jack DeGruchy's finding a lot of space and a lot of time on that right wing at the moment. His pace is causing Taylor McMahon quite a few problems. Throw in the middle to O'Connor. Back to Charlesworth. Ball into the middle, looking for the far post, and it's Pratt defending, but only to the edge. Headed sideways here, covered by Deacon, who will let it off to Smythe. Smythe, first time cross, takes a deflection, and Merson will collect it underneath his bar. It was that deflection that just helped the cross there for Merson. Ball is now out for Hyde. Some good passing here, gets it forward into the centre. Over now across to Kershaw. Kershaw running forward. He's got options of Taylor McMahon. Takes the option of Taylor McMahon. McMahon, great cross into the middle. Owen will head it to the edge of the area. Then knocked away by O'Connor. DeGruchy now will look to see if he can get a counter-attack going. DeGruchy pass forward to Rawson. Touch just lets him down, but it goes under the feet of Duxbury. Duxbury gets it at the second bite of the cherry. And now it is with Fernley, and he switched it over to Pratt, and Pratt's got a lot of space again, and we've seen him cause some problems already with his pace. Bit of tricky feet, laid pass in the middle, one touch pass in here, finds Redshaw, just takes him a bit too far out wide on the right wing, looking to get the cross back in, takes a deflection, and then Smythe comes into it, and it will be carried away. It's Elliot Owen who's at left back at the moment, and he's going to launch it long, but it's been met and only been meant to give it back in midfield, but Morris miscontrols it. Go back to Turner. Turner out to the left where Elliot Owen still is. Then back to Smythe. Smythe launching over the top, looking for Rawson on the left wing. Just touch takes him into the path of Lloyd, but he does get it back to Morris. Morris wants an option. He hasn't really got one at the moment, so he has to give it back to Turner. Now Charlesworth wants to switch. He's not going to get it. It's given short to O'Connor. Now Charlesworth will get it. His touch takes him inside. He has to get it back to O'Connor. He gets it caught under his feet a bit. Goes forward and then past DeGruchy and to Mercy. Ball out to the right to Pratt, and I don't think Stocksbridge want the ball to get to his feet too many times. He's already had quite a bit of success in this game. Ball goes back into defence. Now switch. McMahon bringing it down really well. McMahon facing up with Charlesworth. Back into the middle of the Kershaw, who's trying to get down that left-hand side, trying to cause a bit of an overload between him and McMahon, but he's been met by two players. Cross is going to go in the middle, flicks on header, Townsend will claim. Only thing he could really do, that cross, it was a good idea, just didn't work out. Gould 1-0 up on Worsborough Bridge. Hayden Ward has got the goal. Long ball forward from Townsend, headed away strongly by Hall. One for Iggulden to return, it will go into the midfield. O'Connor heads it on. DeGruchy brings it down to chest, trying to turn, loses the ball, but only back to O'Connor. Now Charlesworth taking it under control. Forward to O'Connor, who's on the right wing. Lays a pass, trying to get one through to Morris. It's a great ball from Alex O'Connor, holding it up on the right wing, trying to look for it. Can I go sideways here? Goes here to Deakin, but then a key tackle before he can break into the box. It's cleared away, and Iggulden's trying to cover it, and then Townsend's out well after his box, has to head it away. Now Charlesworth will have it. He moves forward the right back now to Turner, out to DeGruchy, flicks on, look for Charlesworth, just a bit, tiny inches of area, goes out for a throw. And Stocksbridge shows some really good football, but so have Hyde. It's actually a good quality game of football at the moment. Switch looking for Pratt, and they just find him. Pratt each time he's taking this deeper position to make sure he can have space then to have a good run at Connor Smythe. Ball forward, it's a great ball, it's a beautiful ball. Townsend manages to get a hand to it, but they're still on for the goal, and then it's stuck in. It's Tom Pratt in the goal. It's a long ball again that's caught out the Stocksbridge defence. They don't do enough, Iggulden and Townsend between them. Townsend did get a hand to it, but and Tom Pratt manages to get the goal. And the Seals are behind for the first time in since Silsden in the FA Trophy. A disappointing one to concede. It's the ball that's made it. It was a fantastic ball. You've got to give credit to it. Proper defence cutter. And not we couldn't really do much about it. Townsend did get a hand, but not enough. Back out to Charlesworth, to DeGruchy, who's been Stocksbridge's best player in this game. Back to Charlesworth, well forward, headed into the stand it goes, and quite close to our press bench. Grumpy old man giving his opinion, balls to that. Maybe was disappointing, Stocksbridge behind here early on in this game. "16 minutes gone in the game, 1-0 to Hyde United." That goal from Tom Pratt. Back to Townsend. Rolling it out. Back to Iggulden. Now to Charlesworth, who will go forward. Vic cuts in onto the inside. Looking for some options, and he's going to hit the diagonal now. Brought down well, then forward by Turner. Will be covered though by Lloyd, who heads it away, then hit up into the air and got down by O'Connor, and Turner gets it, then we'll get out to Charlesworth. Charlesworth, pass forward to Rawson. Touch it, just lets him down, and Hyde able to step in and clear. Rawson tries to head it onto the right wing, looking for McCauley, but Smythe is well ahead of him this time, lays it forward, looking for Morris, but then that's met by Lloyd, and then that's cleared out only to Owen. Now Stocksbridge back on the ball. Charlesworth going forward with it to Rawson, holding the ball back out to DeGruchy. Tried to find the over, will find Charlesworth. Tackle goes in, he goes loose to Rawson. Rawson finding the pass, looking for DeGruchy, too far ahead of him, and he will go out for a goal kick. You can see Stocksbridge are trying to use DeGruchy as much as possible, but it's just not, well, it's worked out a few times, but just not created the chance that they want. Rossington Main are 1-0 behind to Liversidge. Chris Atkinson has scored, while Golcar are 1-0 upon Wunwell. Callum Petcher scored. Golcar, who in the playoffs actually now struggling in the Northern Counties. Ball going is back now with Mersin. Headed away by Stockbridge. We're out for a Hyde throw-in. Back with Lloyd now, who will look to use McCall on that right wing. Rawsbourne's there to help head it on. Ball going forward, headed away. Well won there by DeGruchy, who's dropped into centre midfield for that one, and now it's back with Eagledon. Eagledon just stands on the ball and gets it over to Owen. Now to Smythe. Good one-touch passing here for Stocksbridge as it goes to Turner, but they're still in their own half. He wants an option, Smythe wants it. Instead, Turner's going to try a bit more of a dramatic ball to Morris, and it's a really good ball, but I think it's just a bit more of a bounce than Morris expected. Gets it near the corner flag, laid off in the middle to DeGruchy, who's dropped in, laid off the middle, and it goes behind Rawson, and that will end the attack. Good play again by Stocksbridge, but the final pass letting him down. Eagledon there, getting a touch onto it. Now Turner, sideways here to Deakin. Over to the left, Morris into midfield with Turner. Now O'Connor back to Owen. Stockbridge trying to use their possession here, but Hyde keeping shape and keeping Stockbridge in their own half really, but then some nice passing here. Gets it to Deakin on the hugging the touchline on the opposite side, and then he gets it blocked by Macaulay out for a throw-in. Throwing quickly taken. Morris trying to hold it up on the left hand side, forced backwards to Turner, the metronome of the Steels team. Now O'Connor, Charlesworth on the right, back in the middle to Turner. Turner wants to drag pass, lay it through, he's looking for Charlesworth, and it's going to be covered and cleared out for a corner by McManus. Stocksbridge get their second corner of the game. A good opportunity for the Steels. Plenty of options in the minute. Ali Owen, Paul Eagledon, Luke Rawson, three big options there. High lofted towards the far post this time. He's got a strike on it, but it's been blocked and cleared. Owen was hanging off his man. I think got a foot to it in the end, but Hyde able to clear. Now Redshaw holding up. Smythe gets a tackle and it will go out for a Hyde throw-in. I think Connor Smythe's appeals are more in vain than anything else. In the Champions League, PSG leading 1-0 into Leverkusen. Pacho, the scorer. Ball will go back into defence for Hyde. Paul switching over to Lloyd now. In the middle to Fernley, who got the assist, got that fantastic pat. Ball forward to Deakin. Now back to Smythe. Now over to Owen. Owen to Eagledon. And now over to Charlesworth. Stocksbridge being allowed to have a lot of possession here. Forward to DeGruchy, tries to do a little trick and pass, but he's blocked by McMahon, and it goes out for a throw-in. Charlesworth just looking a bit frustrated in front of us here. Rushall have equalised against FC United. Not sure when that happened. And Gainsborough leading against Workington. Lewis Boutroyd, the scorer. Ball forward. DeGruchy heads it on, looking for Rawson. He holds it up, Rawson. Trying to turn, but then loses it. But then he gets it back for horse back though to Charlesworth. In the middle to Turner. Turner hits it back to Smythe. Smythe down the line here to the left, then back to Smythe. Back to the left here as Stocksbridge again being allowed to keep possession. I don't think Stocksbridge had as much possession in any game as they have today, but they've just not really been able to do too much with it. And now they've just launched it long, and Hyde get to it first. They clear it up into the air. Being contested, headed away here by Turner, but then Hyde will get it back, drill it forward, but Eagledon will intercept. Back out to the right to Charlesworth. And goes forward with it. DeGruchy wants it, but he's got 2 men round him. Leave forward to Turner. Turner goes sideways. He's trying to find Charlesworth again. Well read there by McMahon, who carry forward, but then he can't go any further forward. Stocksbridge will get the throw in. Brushall's equaliser was Cian Riley. Happened before we took the, well, we went behind. Back to Charlesworth. Now for this throw. Thrown to Morris. Back to Charlesworth. Finding DeGruchy here. He takes a cross and it took a block that, and it has, and it will be a 3rd corner of the game. And Luke Rawson has gone down holding his knee. Or is he just adjusting his sock? I think he might just be adjusting his sock. He actually has a problem there, Luke Rawson. He's just laying on the back, and we will see Liv Phillips, the physio, come on to administer treatment. If Luke Rawson weren't able to continue, you'd expect someone like Alf Wilkinson or Tommy Marshall to come on. Luke Rawson, who had a really, really good game on Saturday against Prescott Cables. Definitely a contender for man of the match. Didn't end up getting it, but maybe just needs to improve on his hold-up play in today's match. It's just let him down a bit if he is able to continue. So, just Liv Phillips continue. Let's have a little look at what else is happening. Just that we just told you that Gainsborough's gone 1-0 up in Workington thanks to that Lewis Boutroid goal. It means there's goals in every MPL Prem game so far. Bishop Auckland drawing 1-1 with Dunstan. And Blythe Spartans 2-0 up on Matlock, as Luke Rawson will now walk off the pitch, and it does look like we are going to see a substitute for Stocksbridge as Luke Rawson makes his way off the pitch. Scored on Saturday, probably his first important goal, you'd say. The others have come at the end of big wins. But you've got to imagine he won't be able to continue. I think Stocksbridge will be down to 10 men for his corner though. So we see this walk-off is taking quite a bit of time from Luke Rawson. It's a long wait for this corner, a long time for Danny Deakin to organise how he wants this to be attacked. And it looks like it will be, I'm trying to tell between Alfie Wilkinson and Tommy Marshall from a distance because they're both long blonde-haired chaps. It does look like to me it's going to be Alfie Wilkinson, formerly of Golcart, coming on for the Steels. Hadley was on dual reg with Golcart, getting back when he couldn't get into the Stocksbridge team, and here comes Wilkinson on for the corner. Tall, lanky lad from West Yorkshire. Here's the ball from Deakin. Into the middle it goes, flicks away, going to the edge of the area. McCauley gets enough of the touch to clear it out. Back with Smythe, who's got a chance to deliver the ball back in. Curling shot towards the far side of the box. Owen will try to head it back. Wilkinson's trying to get to it. Can't do so. It's Fernley who gets it away. And now there's a counter opportunity. Here comes Hyde on the right-hand side. Hyde, great switch to McCauley. McCauley, good touch. Charlesworth gets enough onto it to get it away, and he lays it off to Deakin. Brilliant defending from Tom Charlesworth. Now it's with DeGruchy. Pass forward is blocked in midfield, and now Hyde have a chance to go forward again. Kershaw comes forward. Sideways to Fernley. Tries to do a pass into the middle. Ricochets a bit off. It's awkward, but Smythe comes in and will clear it away. Up into the air, knocked into the middle, and back here with Will Hall. Tom Pratt, to Kershaw. Over to McCauley. McCauley into the box. Laid a pass into the middle. Back to McCauley. Touch takes it too heavy, and then Turner clears it. Then back it goes. Hyde trying to put some pressure on. Shot block out from Fernley's blocked. And Stocksbridge are going to try and keep this in. Smythe will send it forward. It's returned, and that's just going to help Hyde keep the pressure on. It was a poor decision in the end. Out to the right to McCauley. And then here comes the tackle from Stocksbridge, and now they will look to carry it away. Forward to DeGruchy, who's moved into the centre. DeGruchy laid it off now to O'Connor. Out to Charlesworth. Charlesworth. Back it goes to Eagledon. And then all the way back to Townsend. Stocksbridge just calming things down after that period of Hyde pressure as they look to double their lead. Deakin long over the top. And they're looking for Alfie Wilkinson, who's moved into centre forward as a direct sub for Orson. No shifting around. You could have expected Morris might have gone centre forward potentially, as he has done already this season. Stocksbridge have the throw in, quickly taken. Deakin forced backwards to Eagledon. It's awkward, and switch over to Owen on the left hand side. Forward and then past block, but it does make its way forward to Morris. Now into the middle to Deakin. Deakin running diagonal forward to DeGruchy, goes to Charles, just a bit behind him, but finds him nonetheless. All at the top from Charles, finds DeGruchy, tried to get past his man, but it's well blocked off by McMahon. It will be a Stocksbridge throw close to the corner flag. 28 minutes gone, Steele's 1-0 down. Barnsley in the Johnston Paints Trophy, or whatever it's called these days. 2-2 with Manchester United under-21s. David McGoldrick scored twice for the Tigers. Back to the right, Charles puts a cross in near post. Not cleared particularly well. Put back into the area. Stocksbridge trying to get the turn and the shot. Back it goes to DeGruchy. Shot blocked. Goes out to the right wing. Cleared away, but only as far as Turner, who tries to get it back out to the right to Charlesworth. Tries to lay it off for Deakin. Takes it down on his check. Wants it on his left. Takes it on his left. Taking the curling shot, and it's well saved by Merson. Would have been a brilliant goal had that come off. Could have been sneaking wide, but the keeper, Merson, was not to know. Ball launched forward, headed on, and a bit of a collision there leads to a free kick to Hyde from about 40 yards out. Ben Townsend now shouting his orders out for the organisation of his defence. Hyde have sent plenty of their big players upfield here to try and create a chance from this free kick. Burnley, ball in the middle. Good header, but it's right at Townsend. It was Duxbury with the header. Straight at Townsend. He'd be very annoyed if he conceded headers like that. As it's laid off with Charlesworth. Ball knocked over the top. Looking here for Deakin. But then well won by Hall, who just takes a touch and then clears it upfield. Then return into the midfield, and Turner will go for it, and well controlled here by Fernley. Was a potential of a high foot, but then great work here by Kershaw, who's beaten Charlesworth. Going down the left, O'Connor's covering. Moving inside now, into the middle to Fernley. Fernley urged to suit by the crowd, doesn't, instead sends it out to the right to Redshaw. Redshaw takes a shot, blocked by Owen. Will go towards about 20 yards out, and then O'Connor manages to get a touch, knock it away, but it will go out for a Hyde throw-in. Gainsborough Trinity are 2-0 up on Workington. Frank Mulhern the scorer. And Manchester City are 1-0 up on Villarreal. Erling Haaland the goal scorer. Manchester City reserves used to play in this stadium when it was all painted blue. As Eagledon just gets a bit confused with that header, but he does manage to get it with Rawsthorne at him. Stocksbridge are appealing for a free kick, and he said Eagledon just has to launch it into the crowd. And it's actually been given as a Stocksbridge throw. It's come off Rawsthorne last, and a few of the Hyde fans aren't particularly happy with that decision closest to it. Rossington Main had equalised against Liversidge with Paul Sherburn, but then Liversidge are back ahead. Keelan Swales goal scorer. Now, he was a great player for Bradford Avenue last year. How he's ended up in step 5, I don't know. Ball forward, DeGruchy just bounces over him, hooked away by Duxbury. Charlesworth can only clear it out for a throw-in. Hyde will keep the pressure on. McMahon now with the throw-in. Gets it back to McMahon and gets it past O'Connor to Redshaw. Cutting inside, getting it to Shaw, who knocks it over the top for Rawsthorne. Rawsthorne, I think, just about keeps it in so he can knock it out for a throw-in. Can he play from the forward? That's called experienced strikers play to do that. Ball forward, headed away now for a throw-in. Not really seen Alfie Wilkinson get on the ball there, but he contested that header. Alfie Wilkinson's a really fun player when he gets on the ball. We saw it against Parkgate. We've seen it, saw it a bit in these cameo appearances in the last 2 matches. You know, against Prescott and Warrington Town. Like, he's really hard to get the ball off. He just fights and fights and fights. Turner just on the ball. Forward to Morris. First time touch. Look for Wilkinson. It's a nice little block by Duxbury to stop Wilkinson getting onto it. Wilkinson's continuing to just be a pain in his backside, and the clearance is sliced and then headed out to play. Will be a Hyde throwing with the last one coming from an O'Connor header, but Wilkinson showing he's not going to let the likes of Duxbury and Hall have an easy time in centre of defence today. Back out to the left here, launched forward, headed on and back to Owen. And then back to Townsend. Now Eagleton. Launched long, he's looking for Degushi but headed away. Back for O'Connor, who gets it forward to Wilkinson. Just knocks it over the top, looking for Degushi again. Heads it into the middle. Morris takes it down on the right hand side, back to Degushi, and he gets the cross all wrong in the end. Goes out for a throw-in. It's one of those that needed that low drive across the 6-yard area. He's ballooned the thing. It was a bigger risk to the food van in the corner flag than it was the goal in the end. And it will be a throw-in. The one thing that is positive about it is that Stocksbridge will be able to try and pen them in that corner. Jack Degushi obviously is making his first start since getting injured at Warrington Rylands with that hamstring problem. It's great to have him back and be like a new signing. And he has been really good so far today, but that cross just let him down on that occasion. Gould, 2-0 up on Woolsbury Bridge. Ifeafabu, the former Steel, has scored. Back with Lloyd. Launch it forward, heads it on, and then return by Stocksbridge forward, but it's just returned right back, and it's just a bit of volleyball between the 2 teams. Comes off the back of Morris, that could help Stocksbridge, but in the end they've just got it out to Kershaw. Back into fence as they recycle it over to McMahon. Good play, nice little pass in the middle to Kershaw. Switch, he's looking for McCauley. We haven't seen him much on the ball, but heavy touch takes him in the air, but McCauley will get it before Turner's trying to get foot in. McCauley stabs it, goes over Charlesworth's head. He's going to have some pressure on him with McMahon, but Charlesworth just gets it away. And then brought down well by Kershaw. Degushi trying to press him, and it's just a bit of cat and mouse between the 2 teams. Kershaw does well to escape him. Sideways to Pratt, over to McCauley. McCauley get a chance to run at Smythe. McCauley goes forward, and Smythe with the sliding tackle will block it, and Hyde will get their first corner of the game. 35 minutes in. Barnsley are 3-2 up on Manchester United under-21s. David McGoldrick has got his hat-trick. Stocksbridge have not been as good at defending set pieces as they would have liked to be over recent weeks. Another chance to improve on that today, but just notice McCauley is completely unmarked on the edge of the area. And that's not something you like to see, but Stocksbridge have kept everyone in the box. Ball goes in, headed on by McMahon, goes to the far end of the box. Wilkinson's chased onto it, gets a touch, and it's not the touch he'd have wanted as it's took out for another corner kick. In the Champions League, Dortmund are 1-0 up on Copenhagen. Lucas Nemecha has scored. And Jack Fletcher has been sent off for Manchester United under-21s for foul and abusive language. That is in whatever the Johnson Paints Trophy is called these days. I think it's the Virtu Trophy. Corner for Hyde, second in quick succession, this time from the left wing. Not many people in the stand to the left of us. They take it short, and it's not really a good one, and Smythe gets it, and then he will be fouled, Smythe, as he was trying to get away with it. So that bit of pressure will end with Stocksbridge getting the ball back. 36 minutes gone. Ben Townsend has done that little trick, he took a few yards. He's the beloved goalkeeper of Stocksbridge, but usually hated by our opponents because he's quick to have a joke with the fans behind the goal and quick to have a wind-up. Fall from Townsend. Look forward to Degushi, and It's been knocked behind, and both teams want the throw in. In the end, it's come off McManus, and it will be a Stocksbridge throw. With Charlesworth forward to Eagledon. Picking options, he'll give it back to Charlesworth. Then back to Eagledon, who takes it under control, and sideways to Charlesworth. Trying to turn, and he's been forced further back then to Eagledon, who just about keeps it in, but his pass forward is headed away. And now, not great by Hyde as they tried to head their way out of trouble. Didn't work, and now Smythe has it on the left-hand side. Cross going into the middle, over the top of everyone, and just past DeGruchy, and out for a goal kick. Nice idea of a ball, just unfortunately just ahead of Wilkinson and DeGruchy. This very young front three at the moment, after Luke Rawson went off injured. Liversidge, a 3-1 up on Roston Main. Alfie Dean has scored. So back now with Merson, who's had the one save to make from that Danny Deakin shot. Ball forward. Well met by Eagledon, who returns it. Wilkinson's had a challenge for it, but headed away and goes back to Deakin, sideways. Charles, if you're going to run onto this. I thought he was going to go for the first time pass to find DeGruchy, just peeled it into a bit of space on the right wing, but instead it's going to just be recycled. Owen on the ball. Carry it forward now to Deakin. Over to the left to Smythe. Forward again to Deakin, who comes forward with the ball. Puts a high lofted ball in. It's quite hard, actually. Merson has to touch it over. Looking like it was going to dip into the top corner for a second. Merson with backtracking. He's had to just punch it over the bar, and the Steels have another corner. Sheffield United are 1-0 behind at Blackburn Rovers. Ahashi has scored for Blackburn. In a bit of a war of the roses in that game. Deakin, who's probably one of Stockbridge's more dangerous players in this game. Again, you got those big options in the middle. 3 men in the 6-yard area for Hyde to defend. Ball towards that far post again. Well headed away to the edge of the area. Hit back by Stockbridge. O'Connor takes the volley, blocked. He gets a second chance. First time pass to Morris, who will leave it for Deakin, who takes another shot, blocked. Appeals for a handball. Are not given, and I think that's the right call not to give it. And it will be another corner kick. I think the defender had kept his arm close enough to his body for that not to be a handball, but again, you do have to appeal for it. Here comes another corner to the far post. Shader, sorry, off the line! It's a great block off the line there. I think it was Elliot Owen with the header. A diving header blocker on the defender of Hyde that stopped Stocksbridge from equalising. Ball into the far side again. Oh, with another header, this time saved by Merson. And then it went to move by O'Connor as they tried a quick release, and Stocksbridge will have plenty of players forward. Deakin, ball into the middle, headed to Joe Wilson, brings it down, volleys another big block. And now Hyde will clear it. Charlesworth trying to meet it, and it's been Redshaw's holding up. He's been forced back with him, and Hyde have lost the ball again. Turner trying to pass out to the right to DeGruchy. DeGruchy trying to get to it, being well covered here though, and it's a bit of a tussle. DeGruchy gets the ball in, Merson claims. But there's a high player down in the box that the game is stopped for. I think he's been hitting the balls. And there's a yellow card also given to Will Hall for something that happened during that. I wonder if it was dissent for the fact the game wasn't stopped earlier for that injury. Stocksbridge come closest to a goal. Plenty of chances there. But Alfie Wilkinson, Elliot Owen all could have had goals. Alex Kona had a shot as well. But Hyde's defending, fantastic, proper bodies on the line stuff from the home team. But they just weren't able to clear it, and Steels came very, very close to punishing him for it. It's unfortunate that they were unable to. So it remains 1-0 to Hyde here as we close in at the end of the first half. 41 minutes gone. Sheffield FC winning 4-0 in the Senior Cup against South Elmshall. Ball forward, headed away. Wilson will head on, and Morris chasing on the left wing, but it will go out of play, and I think it's actually touch off Hyde player last. It will be a Stocksbridge throw. Ball in the middle to Morris. Behind his man, trying to get it on the left-hand side, and Degushi there, trying to get it, and he's just going to lose track of the ball there. Fernley, some good defence work. Goes out of play this time. Hyde will get the throw-in. I've got to say, if you're a plane spotter coming to this ground, you must be at the time of your life, because you get football and a plane seems to go over every 3 minutes. I think my half-time I'm doing is a bit of flight radar. As the ball launched forward, headed on, as the Hyde fans crowing into a bit of noise, as O'Connor tries to clear forward, but headed out, and Hyde are trying to just get into the space here on the left-hand side. Kershaw, instead he's now going to move on to the right. Knocked over the top, looking for Macaulay with Smythe. Caught a bit upfield. Owen just will clear it first and clear it out of play for a throw-in. Back out on the right here with Pratt for the throw-in. So, just taking his time with it as we get closer and closer to the end of the first half. Middle to Macaulay, back to right, football to the middle, and then cleared away. Some nice one-touch passing from Hyde as they get it. McMahon's coming forward, takes a long-range shot. Oh, it's a great goal! It's 2-0 to Hyde. Ben Townsend, I think he went through his feet and... Wait. Something's happening. Pratt's had a yellow card. I think it's still a goal. But it is 2-0 to Hyde. Disappointed Stocksbridge having the best period, and then Hyde have gone up and scored, and Townsend won't be too happy as it looked like it had gone through his hands. He's injured himself as he's gone back down. And Stocksbridge have a lot to do if they want anything out of this. No idea what Pratt's been booked for. And the Seals will have to stage a big comeback here if they want anything out of this game. So 2 minutes to go in this first half. That's the added time that's being given. And Stocksbridge 2-0 down.
2 added minutes. 2 added minutes.
Well, switch out to the left, and well, that's just, you can see why the confidence being knocked out Stocksbridge. That ball that just goes right out of play. I think it's a case that Stocksbridge will want to just get in for the break and allow Ian Richards just to reassemble this team and work out, right, what do we do to get back into this. Ball forward here. This could get even worse. Redshaw's going forward. Sliced here. Redshaw trying to go through. Appeals for a free kick. Take it out. This could be free. It's over the top of Townsend and cleared away. Stocksbridge defend that. Stocksbridge have just lost their confidence after that second goal. Good save from Townsend. A confidence boosting one for him. Smythe clear it upfield. Wilkinson brings it down. Trying to hold it up on the left. Into the middle to Morris. Back to Turner. To Charles, who goes forward. O'Connor's an overlapping option in front of him. Finds O'Connor. Back to Charlesworth. To O'Connor. Now to Turner, who goes down into the corner. He gets a bit of a bulge in his back, and that will be a free kick to Stocksbridge. And this is the exact position where Danny Deakin swinging the ball, but that was for Luke Rawson to score, and Luke Rawson is now not on the pitch. Rossington Main have got one back against Liversedge. It's 3-2 there. Mitch Langton, the former Steeler, scored. And Newcastle United are 1-0 on Benfica. Anthony Gordon has scored at St James's Park. Thank you to Sue Allcroft for the £8 super chat. If you want to support the channel, please do give us a super chat. We really do appreciate it. Steel's 2-0 down, but they've got a free kick. Look for the far post again. Header, just wide! He wants a corner. I think it was James Morris with the header this time. But again, another big chance for Stocksbridge, who could have equalised just moments before Hyde double the lead, and they've just had a chance to halve that deficit and perhaps change momentum going into the half. There's definitely something to say about Stocksbridge set pieces today, though, I'd say. Barnsley 4-2 up on Manchester United under-21s. Neil Farrugia, the scorer. Ball launched forward by Mersin. And that will be half-time. Hyde are leading 2-0, and it's a case of taking chances. Hyde, brilliant ball forward. Found Tom Pratt, who then managed to lob Townsend, and hand from Townsend wasn't enough to steer it wide. And then right at the end, a pile driver there from Taylorman went through the hands of Ben Townsend, who will not be happy with himself for that one. Hyde double 2-0 up. Stocksbridge did have his chances. One cleared off the line right before Hyde had doubled their lead, but at the end it's Hyde 2, Stocksbridge Park Steels 0. We will see you in 15 minutes for the second half. So today we have another tough game for the Steels, as they have now finally entered some good form. 4 games unbeaten, but they face a Prescott Cables that are 6 games unbeaten. And as we are in this league, we're starting to learn the reputation of different teams. We're starting to learn what each one's about and everything. Everything we talk about Prescott, everything we know is that this is probably the toughest place to come in the league. For Stocksbridge Park Steels, it's Ben Townsend in goal, Tom Charlesworth, Connor Smythe, Curtis Turner the captain, Elliot Owen, the only change, Paul Iggleton, who comes in for Ben Jordison, Danny Deakin, Alex O'Connor, Luke Rawson, James Morris, and Oliver Greshlight. The bench is Jack Tinker, Sam Kay, Alfie Wilkinson, Jordan Lemon, and potentially making his return from a hamstring injury, Jack DeGruchy. A positive start for the Steels so far in this game. Ball into the middle here. Morris just can't control it. Back to Greshlight, who can't get a decent shot off. It's deflected and bounces, and in the end knocked away, so Hare can go and claim it. Calvin Hare will take this free kick. Slips as he does so, but it's a good kick. Going forward, headed into the box, and almost there for Ben Elliott, who's been a potent goal scorer for the Cables this season. Just couldn't get onto it. Townsend gathers it. The ball is now back here with Devine here, who throws it forward. Charles gets header, now forward now to O'Connor. O'Connor to Morris. He's moved into the centre here with Rawson on his right. Morris beats another man. Can he get it back to Greshlight? No juggles. Greshlight with the header. Clawed away, and no, it's not. It's in. Greshlight has put the Steels ahead. Calvin Hare got a hand onto it, and it wasn't enough though. Oh, and now the Steels are ahead. It's a poacher's goal from the Polish forward once again. The Steels lead 1-0 thanks to Oliver Greshlight. Mike Bacon to left, but well read and tackled. Out to the right as Prescott will now look to get onto the counter. Goes forward, headed away by Owen, but only back here for Goodwin, who's going for it, takes a shot, blocked, and Townsend's racing to keep it out for a make sure it don't go out for a corner. Does get his foot on it and stops it going to. Ashton United, Josh Scott scored. Morpeth in that 6-pointer against Workington, a 1-0 up. Nicholas Ballardo has scored, and Hebburn 1-0 up on Leek. Ethan Wood, the man with the goal. Smythe with the ball. He gets it out to O'Connor. He just has to slow down to get it. Stops him potentially breaking into that space that opened up on the right side. O'Connor moves to the centre, takes a shot, takes a bit of a deflection. Well, thought it took a deflection. The referee disagrees with that, and it will go out for a goal kick. Ben's not happy because he's having his space blocked off. Ball towards the far end and headed back into the 6-yard area. Flick to, and then Townsend claims, and I think Townsend's had a bit of an awkward landing on that one. There's some of the Prescott fans who probably share allegiances to both teams would be quite happy about. Long ball here from Hare, headed on and then flicked on by Elliott. Charlesworth there, don't get it, and he's wanting a foul, Charlesworth, but it's not given here. As he goes to cross it there, across the far side. This is where Charlesworth would be. Shot, and it's over the bar. He's happy where the wall is, so he'll head into position, and we'll get the free kick in a moment or so. We know how strong he is from this sort of set piece. Ball into the box. Deleted shot. Rawson with a header. It's 2-0 to the Steels. Calvin Hare's punished there for his indecision coming for the ball. He was initially going for it, stops. Rawson's there for the header. Stocksbridge have doubled their lead and are 2-0 up. From the home side. Low one here. Takes a shot, takes a deflection, and then Iggleton clears it away. Nicely worked, but Iggleton was aware. Now it's a chance for a counter. Charlesworth, though, loses the ball, stops that counter, and then Smythe goes in with a tackle, wins it. Turner will come away with the ball. Ball goes forward here to Elliott, getting held up, but Owen gets the ball off him. Back with Smythe, he loses bounce pick, but does get through to Owen. Forward to Deacon, now out to the left. Ball forward, looking for Morris. It's a great ball. Can Morris get it sideways? Rawson's in the middle. Morris, great touch, puts the player on his bottom, takes a shot, blocked. And now Prescott are on the clear. Yeah. Yes. And it will be a free kick Prescott's way. So Prescott now will try and build from the back. Good chance there, they're trying to make it free and it would really kill this game off. Ball forward, over the top of Eagledon. Adair's trying to get the touch, gets the first one in his header. Charles is coming, takes a shot, it's in, and that's a daft one to give away. And now that is Prescott well and truly back into it, and probably at the ideal time for them to score as well. The 67th minute, Charles just couldn't shield it from a Route 1 ball as well. It's the simplest way for Prescott to score, but it is a goal for the home team. As the ball from Smith goes into the box, headed away by Eagledon, goes to the edge of the area, picked up there by Farcast as well to get it away from Smythe on the right hand side. Back it goes to an unmarked Foley, goes in, it's going past everyone, it's in the 6-yard area, Wilkinson clears. Dangerous moment. Now does make his way on. Forward, ball into the box. Charles misses his header, but then goes to Eagledon. Loose, and it's one here in the middle. Played into the 6-yard area. Stab and wide of the goal. Corner kick. It's took a deflection. Prescott think they're going to get an equaliser soon, and with the momentum, you don't really want to disbelieve them. On the initial attempt, corner going in towards the far post, and he's going to loop and then over the bar. That ball down on the ground, launching it long. Charles will get the head away into the midfield. Turn trying to get it, but Donaldson's going to win that. And then out wide, and Tinker sliding tackle blocks. That will go out for a throw-in. God, all the momentum with Prescott at the moment. That's Farkas into the middle now with Smith. Loads of space. Ball into the middle. Eagledon can always slice it up into the air. It's going to still in the box. It's just dropping. Bounces a bit, going towards goal. Owen's got a few headers. He's gone down, cleared. He's gone to the edge here to Goodwin. Goodwin's trying to find the shot. Takes a block. And it's still on the edge of the area, headed in. And then Deakin can't get the touch. And then Turner hooks it away. Wilkinson clears. And he's going to go in the middle there. No chance for a counter return. Will be a long throw. But it's actually they're going to find a short one here. Back it goes onto the right. And then back to Scully. Ball into the box. Owen gets it out to the left, headed towards across the area. Rawson heads it back. It takes a bit of a block in the 6-yard area. Out to the left to Goodwin. Goodwin trying to beat Charles. Ball across the 6-yard area. He's everyone hit, blocked, and then Stocksbridge clear. Rawson's tripped, and it's going to be a free kick to the Steels for the trip on Rawson. Prescott really not happy about that. And claim our first league win away from home. Ball going forward now to that right-hand side. Headed away into midfield, but it's just going to go to Turner. Turner tried to get back to the right-hand side. Rawson will leave it, but it will go out for the throw-in. Prescott will get their last chance from this. No, they won't! The Steels have got their away win. They got a goal early in this second half. Luke Rawson headed in from the corner. Nerves were created, though. A long ball, and Findlay crossed it there, holding off Tom Charlesworth. Meant they were able to create a 20-minute press for an equaliser. But the Steels held on. They got their win today. The first league win, 3 league wins in a row. Stocksbridge have all the points going home with, back over to Sheffield. Thank you for... So today we have another tough game for the Steels, as they have now finally entered some good form. 4 games unbeaten, but they face a Prescott Cables that are 6 games unbeaten. And as we were in this league, we're starting to learn the reputation of different teams. We're starting to learn what each one's about and everything. Everything we told about Prescott, everything we know is that this is probably the toughest place to come in the league. For Stocksbridge Park Steels, it's Ben Townsend in goal, Tom Charlesworth, Connor Smythe, Curtis Turner the captain, Elliot Owen. The only change, Paul Iggulden, who comes in for Ben Jordison, Danny Deakin, Alex O'Connor, Luke Rawson, James Morris, and Oliver Greshlock. The bench is Jack Tinker, Sam Kay, Alf Wilkinson, Jordan Lemon, and potentially making his return from a hamstring injury, Jack DeGruchy. A positive start for the Steels so far in this game. Ball into the middle here. Morris just can't control it. Back to Greshlock, who can't get a decent shot off. It's deflected and bounces, and in the end knocked away, so Hare can go and claim it. Calvin Hare will take this free kick. Slips as he does so, but it's a good kick. Going forward, headed into the box, and almost there for Ben Elliott, who's been a potent goal scorer for the Cavers this season. Just couldn't get onto it. Townsend gathers it. The ball is now back here with Devine here, who throws it forward. Charles gets header, now forward now to O'Connor. O'Connor to Morris. He's moved into the centre here with Rawson on his right. Morris beats another man. Can he get it back to Greshlock? And no juggles. Greshlock with the header. Clawed away, and no, it's not. It's in. Greshlock has put the Steels ahead. Calvin Hare got a hand onto it. It wasn't enough though. Oh, and now the Steels are ahead. It's a poacher's goal from the Polish forward once again. The Steels lead 1-0 thanks to Oliver Greshlock. Mike Bacon to left, but well read and tackled. Out to the right as Prescott will now look to get onto the counter. Goes forward, headed away by Owen, but only back here for Goodwin, who's going for it, takes a shot, blocked, and Townsend's racing to keep it out for a make sure it don't go out for a corner. Does get his foot on it and stops it going to. Ashton United, Josh Scott scored. Morpeth in that 6 points against Workington, a 1-0 up. Nicholas Ballardo has scored, and Hebburn 1-0 upon Leek. Ethan Wood, the man with the goal. Smythe with the ball. He gets it out to O'Connor. He just has to slow down to get it. Stops him potentially breaking into that space that opened up on the right side. O'Connor moves to the centre, takes a shot, takes a bit of a deflection. Well, thought it took a deflection. The referee disagrees with that, and it will go out for a goal kick. Ben's not happy because he's having his space blocked off. Ball towards the far end and headed back into the 6-yard area. Flicked to, and then Townsend claims, and I think Townsend's had a bit of an awkward landing on that one. With some of the Prescott fans who probably share allegiances to both teams would be quite happy about. Long ball here from Hare, headed on and then flicked on by Elliott. Charlesoff there, don't get it, and he's wanting a foul, Charlesoff, but it's not given here. As he goes to cross it there, across the far side. This is where Charlesoff would be. Shot, and it's over the bar. He's happy where the wall is, so he'll head into position and we'll get the free kick in a moment or so. We know how strong he is from this sort of set piece. Ball into the box. Hare deleted shot. Rawson with a header. It's 2-0 to the Steels. Calvin Hare's punished there for his indecision coming for the ball. He was initially going for it, stops. Rawson's there for the header. Stocksbridge have doubled their lead and are 2-0 up. From the home side. Low one here. Takes a shot, takes a deflection, and then Iggulden clears it away. Nicely worked, but Iggulden was aware. Now it's a chance for a counter. Charlesoff, though, loses the ball, stops that counter, and then Smythe goes in with a tackle, wins it. Turner will come away with the ball. Ball goes forward here to Elliott, getting held up, but Owen gets the ball off him. Back with Smythe, he loses bounce pick, but does get through to Owen. Forward to Deacon, now out to the left. Ball forward, looking for Morris. It's a great ball. Can Morris get it sideways? Rawson's in the middle. Morris, great touch, puts the player on his bottom, takes a shot, blocked. And now Prescott are on the clear. Yeah. And it will be a free kick Prescott's way. So Prescott now will try and build from the back. Good chance there. They're trying to make it free and it would really kill this game off. Ball forward. Over the top of Iggulden. Adair's trying to get the touch, gets the first one in his header. Charlesoff coming, takes a shot, it's in, and that's a daft one to give away. And now that is Prescott well and truly back into it, and probably at the ideal time for them to score as well. The 67th minute, Charlesoff just couldn't shield it from a Route 1 ball as well. It's the simplest way for Prescott to score, but it is a goal for the home team. As the ball from Smith goes into the box, headed away by Iggulden, goes to the edge of the area, picked up there by Farcast as well to get it away from Smythe on the right-hand side. Back it goes to an unmarked Foley. Goes in. It's going past everyone. It's in the 6-yard area. Wilkinson clears. Dangerous moment. Now does make his way on. Forward, ball into the box. Charles misses his header, but then goes to Eagledon. Loose, and it's one here in the middle. Played into the 6-yard area. Stab and wide of the goal. Corner kick. It's took a deflection. Prescott think they're going to get an equaliser soon, and with the momentum, you don't really want to disbelieve them. On the initial attempt. Corner going in towards the far post, and it's going to loop and then over the bar. That ball down on the ground, launching it long. Charles will get the head away into the midfield. Turn trying to get it, but Donaldson's going to win that. And then out wide, and Tinker sliding tackle blocks. That will go out for a throw-in. God, all the momentum with Prescott at the moment. That's Farkas into the middle now with Smith. Loads of space. Ball into the middle. Eagledon can only slice it up into the air. It's going to still in the box. It's dropping. Bounces a bit, going towards goal. Owen's got a few headers. He's gone down, cleared. He's gone to the edge here to Goodwin. Goodwin's trying to find the shot. Takes a shot, takes a block. And it's still on the edge of the area, headed in. And then Deakin can't get the touch. And then Turner hooks it away. Wilkinson clears. And he's going to go in the middle there. No chance for a counter return. Will be a long throw. But it's actually they're going to find a short one here. Back it goes onto the right. And then back to. Hello and welcome back to the Ewan Fields for the second half of the game, and our clock is totally wrong, so we'll sort that because the game is now back underway here with Hyde United wearing the red shirts, black shorts, black socks coming from left to right, while Stocksbridge Park Seals are in the yellow shirts, blue shorts, blue socks coming from right to left. 2-0 to Hyde United. I'm Adam Allcroft, your commentator. We're sponsored by R&R Car and Van Hire. Steels have a lot to do. 2-0 behind. Been a bit of debate how much that goal might have been played for Townsend. He's very windy down at the bottom on that pitch, and I think he did just take that bit of gust late on that took it past him. Sometimes the luck's just not on your side. As Smythe just launches one long, we'll go through the team shortly. Head away, Hyde will knock it here. So let's go through the Hyde team for you. No changes at the break for either team, so it's Yusuf Merson in goal for Hyde, then Kieran Lloyd, Taylor McMahon, Ben Kershaw, Scott Duxbury, Will Hall, Tom Pratt, Matt Fernley, Lewis Rawsthorne, Jack Redshaw and Antoine McCulley. On the bench is Charlie Frost, Shaquille Jones-Griffiths, Jordan Scanlon, Niall Bell, Lewis Thompson should have a chance on the right side, but somehow it's over! Stocksbridge should be have one back. De Gruchy's hit the ball into the ground and it's bounced on the AstroTurf and gone over the bar. It should be 2-1. The Steels should be back in this, and you just wonder when you see a chance like that go over the bar, is it just not going to be your day? Let's go through the Stocksbridge team for you now. It's Ben Townsend in goal, then Tom Charlesworth, Connor Smythe, Curtis Turner as the captain, Elliot Owen, Paul Eagledon, Danny Deakin, Alex O'Connor, Luke Ross and James Morris, and then Jack DeGruchy. The bench is Jack Tinker, Jordan Lemon, Sam Kay, Alfie Wilson and Tommy Marshall. How Stocksbridge have not got one back, I don't know. It was a brilliant cross. But yeah, maybe that's just not playing games, and that's just a rough one. Ball forward to O'Connor here. Trying to move on the right-hand side, get it right. Nice touching passing here. O'Connor tries to put the cross in, just booms it, hits the netting behind the goal. And it's going to be a goal kick. So back with Merson. Steele's just struggling here. No. Should have it 2-1 just there. Let's talk before the break. To show appreciation and say, come on, lad, bang around if you didn't. Come on, man, just going, come on, Steels. Do feel free to get involved on the YouTube chat as the ball goes forward, back into defence, and then cleared upfield. Will go out to play, though. Stocks, we get the throw. We haven't had a bright start, except we should have had the goal there, but fortunately, just didn't happen. God, just looking at the Champions League, PSG 4-1 up on Leverkusen. Desiree Doué, the scorer. We're getting some other score lines as we go on as the ball goes back to Charlesworth. Launched it long. Looking for Morris, but knocked away. Onto Morris on the right wing. Flicked on. Offside flag is up, and that will stop the Stocksbridge attack. So back with Hyde, who will have a good record of seeing games out this season. This is something that they do excel in. That's going to make life even trickier for Stocksbridge as they want to come back away from home here. Maybe just put a little bit of a frightener into Hyde before we face him in the FA Trophy on Saturday. Ball back with Townsend. Over to Owen. Back to Smythe. Launched long. It's not a bad ball, but it is in defence, and Morris might get onto that. Gets a foot onto it, spins out to right, but Hyde do well to keep it. McCauley has it, and then Smythe gets it. I think he knocked it off Morris, and it's gone back into the middle for Hyde to get the ball. Owen heads it away into the middle to Turner. Back to Eagledon. Then Townsend. Now sprayed over to Charlesworth. In defence and into defence and then out to Smythe. Ball continuing forward. It's with Deakin. Carrying it forward to Morris. Tries to turn. Didn't have an overlapping option. Has to give it sideways to Smythe. Now back with Deakin. Now Owen. Stocksbridge still running with a lot of possession, and I think Hyde are quite happy to let Stocksbridge have possession. It's like facing themselves in a way. As Degushi gets it back to Owen. Forward to Morris, and missed slide challenge there by Fernley. Morris on the ball. Looking for the switch. Out to Charlesworth. Taking the touch, putting the ball into the middle. Degushi gets a touch, and it's wide of the net. Again, I thought that might have just snuck in at the near post for a second, but Degushi then another chance. Another great ball into the box. Degushi just can't get it on target. It remains 2-0 to Hyde, but Stocksbridge have started this second half exactly as they'd have wanted to. Ball head away from Owen, and it will be back in defence and then cleared upfield. Smythe will head away to Wilson, brought down. Morris takes it and gets it sideways now to Smythe. Now Deakin, now to Turner. Trying to get it back to Deakin. Just going sideways now. Good slip through to Wilson, who's dropped deep. Forward to Turner, back to Wilson, just goes a bit ahead of him and it's cleared away. And Stocksbridge continue to keep the ball, and they're coming forward, and here comes another ball into the middle by Charlesworth. Block for it and can make it into any danger area. Now a counter-attack opportunity for Hyde. Rawsford with a chance to charge. Rawsford, he's going to run at the two centre defenders, but he's got help on the left through Redshaw. Finds Redshaw on the left. Trying to cut in, and he's big one. Goes down in the box. No penalty. He's gone down too easy for our referee, Joshua Howell. Back out to the left here. Redshaw just staying down after that. I think he's just trying to make the referee bite a bit more. Cross goes in, it's cleared. Fernley will be the man onto it, and his pass forward is blocked here. And then Fernley, just a very physical player, has won the ball back from Degushi. Now McCauley on the right wing. Great feet from McCauley out to the right here. Gets it out now to Pratt. Cross into the middle, claimed by Townsend. Back in the goal, and it's poor passing. He's just giving it to Hyde here. Hyde has a chance again. McCauley moving into the box on the right, into the middle. Blast blocked. Deakin will carry the ball away. Deakin continues forward. Forward to Wilkinson. Back it goes to O'Connor. Out the right to Charlesworth. Forward to Wilkinson. Lane off to the right to Degushi. Ball in the middle. Can Morris get the touch? He does! It's a goal back for the Steels! James Morris gets his 6th of the season, and you can't say it wasn't coming. Stocksbridge have had the chances. They had been missed until now, but now it's 2-1. The Steels have the chance of a comeback. And again, it's all been coming down the right-hand side. Taylor McMahon, who scored the second goal, has been kind of getting picked on at the moment, and it was a great ball from Jack DeGruchy that finds James Morris in the middle, and Cloak scores. 2-1 to Hyde United. As McCauley, who's trying to get down the right side, gets his pass blocked, he's out for a throw-in. Can Steels make this Hyde team panic? As there is now an injury, Jack Redshaw is down, and he's one of the main goal threats for this Hyde team. He'll get some treatment from the Ashton physio. So it's a bit of concerning soon for Hyde, who've been under the cosh for a bit since the start of this second half. Oh, you may have seen in the comments that Sue Allcroft has made her usual thing of when we're down by a few goals of saying, if you come back, Steels, we'll buy you a drink at the bar next time. Well, they're on the way. They might be on the way to that with getting that goal back. Sheffield United have equalised against Blackburn, a Henriksen own goal, getting the Blades back into their game. So treatment continuing for Redshaw. It is really exciting one. So let's go. Well, we've got this break. Let's go through. FC United are 2-1 up on Rushall now. Let's just get you the goal scorer for you. It was Matti Gravosti again for FC United. It's 2-0 to Gainsborough at Workington still. Bishop Auckland 3-2 up on Dunstan. Exciting game happening over in Durham at the moment. Blythe Spartans 1-1 with Matlock, and Silsden on 0-0 with Lincoln United. Redshaw is going to head off. It looks like we will see a substitute for Hyde. We're just going to wait for the number. I'm wondering if that can be Jones. Griffiths looking at the number. He's getting plenty of applause from the Hyde fans here. It's actually going to be Jordan Scanlon coming on for Hyde. I think that what will be benefit Hyde is that having this break after the Stocksbridge goal will kind of halt the momentum that the Steels were having. Stocksbridge, who are yet to win after coming from behind, have only come back from behind once so far. So you were against Banbury and winning 2-1 until Banbury equalised from a penalty kick and a Jazz Gundry red card.
Replacing number 10 Jack Redshaw, he's number 15 Jordan Scanlon.
Lloyd launches the ball forward, head away from Turner. Back it goes into the field, and Fernley, it's a really good switch, but McMahon just can't really judge it with the wind. I think there was supposed to be good wind, and now McMahon's been caught out here. DeGruchy will charge into the space on the right hand side. DeGruchy into the middle to Morris. Morris, it's touched, lets him down on that occasion. Fernley able to rob the ball off him, and Morris, who was full of confidence after his goal, just loses it on that occasion. But Jack DeGruchy spotting the high up Taylor McMahon doing brilliantly there. Ball back into the middle and back out to the right here. Forward again, DeGruchy got a chance to go forward again. McMahon's high up. Forward to Morris, who's trying to turn, finds Wilkinson on the right. Wilkinson trying to turn it onto his left. It's just steps in, is Kieran Lloyd and clears it away. And he is raging his defence for letting Wilkinson get that close to pulling off a shot with his left foot. Stockbridge on the right hand side. Lays the overlap here, look for Charlesoff, but then blocked and cleared out again. It's another Stocksbridge throw in. Another throw in for Charlesoff. The Hyde fans just going into a bit of noise over at Tinker's Passage to our right. Back to Charlesoff, who's got a chance of the ball. Good low ball into the middle, cleared before he can make it to Wilkinson. Headed away and back to Owen Eagle, who juggles a bit for a second, but then does get it away. Bit of confusion in midfield for Stocksbridge, but they do keep the ball. Then Deakin will send it over the top, and it's one for McMahon to deal with. He's just going to boot that one upfield. It'll stay in play. Charles just misjudges the header, loses track of the ball then, and eventually Turner manages to head it back to Owen. 57 minutes gone in this game. It's 2-1 to Hyde. Iggulden will then give it sideways. Out the right now to Charlesoff. Forward for Wilkinson, who's on the right wing. He's just shoved over. He wants a free kick. He's not going to get it. I think just not enough contact on that. It's despite him going down. Iggulden steps in really well there in the tackle, and then back it goes and sideways here to Turner, who charges forward. Turner. Morris is peeling off to the left. Maybe just not giving him enough space for himself, but he's got it now. Sideways to Deakin. Deakin thinking about it. Sideways to Morris, who takes a shot. It's high, curling, and almost over the stand if it weren't for that net. But that's a Stocksbridge side full of confidence at the moment as they continue to push forward. Liversidge 4-2 up on Roster Main. Lewis Barlow has scored well. Wombwell 1-1 with goal card. Liam Owen has scored. Harrogate Railway are also 2-0 up on Nossal Managed Welfare. Joe Naiva. FC United are 3-1 up on Rushall. Matty Gravosti has got his hat-trick. Ball going forward. Charles gets the header away. Goes to DeGruchy, who's trying to hold up play and try to get out wide, but he will lose the ball and it's kept in well by Hyde. Switches it. And now here come Hyde with a bit of space. Macaulay. Chance to go one-on-one with Smythe. Will instead lay it go out right to Lloyd. Ball into middle. It's a good looking ball. Headed towards the edge of the area. Brought down by Hyde. They're looking for the shot. Slips through to Macaulay. Macaulay with the shot. Great save, Townsend! If you thought Townsend made the mistake for the second goal, he's just made up for it now. A brilliant long stretching save from Ben Townsend. One of the best he's made all season, and now Hyde have a corner. Corner kick here, which Ben Corshaw will take. Here comes the corner. High looping to the far post, goes over absolutely everyone and goes out. I think it will be for a throw-in. High fans are trying to cheer on their team after what will be an underwhelming start to the second half for them. Wilson heads on the throw-in. Morris into the middle. DeGruchy tries to knock it onto Wilson. Trying to come away with it, can't do so. Knocked away, trying to get to the left wing where Macaulay is, and he just can't get to it. Charlesworth then clears, comes off Macaulay, and then back in the middle. Macaulay just won the ball there from a loose pass, and here comes a long-range shot. It's stopped, and it's just wide. Townsend left scrambling. Hyde are back into this game now after looking like they were just under the cosh. They've now revitalised themselves. It remains 2-1 to Hyde. So Matt Townsend, it's a thrilling game of football this. As Townsend sends this long, looking for O'Connor, headed away. Macaulay brings it down, trying to get him to Turner, but Macaulay gets it away. Macaulay's just coming back to life in this game, and that sometimes seems to be the difference between Hyde, whether Macaulay's firing or not. Back into defence, Duxbury being pressed as it goes back to Mercy. Short pass gets it past Wilkinson. Now goes back to Duxbury. Pass goes forward. Turner wins it, but then he managed to evade a tackle to Deakin, who recycles it into defence after being put under pressure. Forward to Deakin, trying to get it down the right. Forward it goes all the way to Wilkinson. Lays it off looking for DeGruchy, but it's too much and it goes out for a throw-in. It's a thrilling game, this. So ball back for throw-in here for Hyde. Has got to hold on for the rest of this game. It's 61 minutes gone. It's another half an hour of normal time to go for just to find that equaliser. As Deakin battles roll, knocked out to the right, and it's just going to bounce in. It's just going to stay in. Well kept in there by Scanlon. First I've seen nice turn from Scanlon to avoid Smythe in the midfield to Fernley, charging forward out to the left, and Hyde are coming forward now, but well robbed by O'Connor. Out to Charlesworth. Forward it goes, and back out now to DeGruchy, who tries to get past McMahon, who's I think being told to stay deeper now. McMahon, after I think a lot of the Stockbridge chances came from McMahon going well too hard. Ball back to the keeper to Merson, who's been followed by Morrison. It's not a great ball by Merson. It's out for a Stocksbridge throw, and Smythe charged forward so he can take this quickly. Smythe for the throw. Back to Owen. Takes it under control. Now to Deakin. Turns well, Deakin in space. Now sideways to O'Connor. Over to Charlesworth. Tries to put the cross in, blocked. It doesn't make it to the box, it doesn't go out. Cleared away. And then it's Eagledon who just gets it out to the right, but then back with Eagledon. Over to Owen. Owen bringing it forward. Now to Deakin. Deakin just turning well and looking for an option now to Wilkinson, who's dropped deep, but back it goes to Owen. Over now to Eagledon, who gets it out high to Charlesworth. In the middle, now knocked over the top by O'Connor. Probably a bit too well hit, but Stocksbridge's not comfortable as he gets the first header onto it, then does clear it away. Now looking for Owen. Deakin, Turner goes well in. I thought he might get penalised for a high foot there. Thinking about the shot, but a tackle comes in from behind and he does lose it, and then Turner comes in, pushes from behind, and it will be a free kick. Wonder if he should have took it earlier. So, free kick for Hyde. Turner just not being able to pull off the trigger there. PSG are 5-1 up on Leverkusen. Mendes is late scorer. I don't even know who managing Leverkusen after that Ten Hag spell went badly. Headed away by Owen. Turner gets a knock on, and Owen will carry it forward. He does is confident with the ball as he goes forward. Look for De Gruchy. Headed out to the right and then hooked away by McMahon. Comes off Deakin and then cleared away. Back to Turner. Tried to pass out to the left. I think he was expecting Smythe to be there. He wasn't. It's out for a Hyde throw-in. This is exciting stuff here. Don't normally use, but you're going to have to stay tuned because I don't know how this one's going to end up at all. So Allcroft, too exciting. I'm trying to net and keep dropping the stitches, but I don't mind if they score. Worth it low. Ball goes forward. Smythe heads into the midfield. Back it goes to O'Connor. Out into defence now, where Charlesworth is. Charlesworth over to Owen. Owen here will just stand on the ball and then lay it forward to Turner. Gives it back to Eagledon. Out to Charlesworth. Charlesworth sends the ball down the channel here. It's just going to go harmlessly. Well, I thought it was going to go harmlessly goal, but it has been cleared by Hall. It's out for a throw-in. A little bit of panic in the Hyde defence there for no real reason, and the fans are telling them how much they're unhappy with that. Harrison Burrows has put Sheffield United 2-1 up against Blackburn Rovers as Blades on the way to 3 wins in a row. 1-0 behind. On the throw, McCauley did win it, but then Charles has got it back. Ball forward and then outside to Morris, who's turning, thinking the shot, takes a shot, blocked. Back to Turner. I thought he was going to take a shot. Smythe doesn't get a good touch here on the left. He's going to be met really well there. And both players coming together, and it's going to be given as a Hyde free kick as Scanlon and Smythe came together. But one of those where usually the defending team gets the free kick, and that's what happened this time. Looks like going to be a substitute here. Looks like Jack De Gruchy is going to be coming off, who's missed a couple of chances but been very lively. Surprisingly enough, that it's going to be Sam Kay coming on, a central midfielder. I'm interested to see what shape Ian Richards is deciding with this, because he's brought on a central midfield for one of his most potent attackers. We did praise him for his tactical change of the present cables, changing to that 5-3-2, but I'm not sure what this is about. It looks like Danny Deakin has switched to the left wing, with Wilkinson on the right and Morris at centre forward. I would have thought if anyone would have come on for Jack De Gruchy, I didn't think he was going to do the 90 minutes. I mean, it's been his first game back from injury, but I wonder if that's the decision right. As Rawsford tied the spectacular there, but it didn't really come off for him. Ball goes out short to Eagledon. Outright to Charlesworth. Down the line he goes. Looking here for Morris. Can't get it, and it's cleared out. And Wilkinson is dropped deep there to get it. Heading into midfield just behind Turner, but then won here by Kay. Kay out left here to Smythe. It's Kay's first touches on the ball since coming on. Smythe in the middle to Turner. Turner back to Smythe. And now Owen. And now Turner. Eagledon on the ball now. Stocksbridge trying to build. All the way to Wilkinson. Tries to get over McMahon. Does control it well. Spins and tries again. It gets blocked by McMahon, who then rescues himself on that occasion. So Hyde are 2-1 up at the moment with 6-7 minutes gone. Hyde have successfully just killed a bit of the spirit of this match off. That's what they need to do. To Turner. Back to Charles. Ball into the middle. Headed on by Morris. It's looping and, well, Merson had to do something about it. He clawed it away in the end, and it's a corner kick to Stocksbridge, who have looked good from them so far in this game. PSV 3-1 up on Napoli in the Champions League. Dennis Mann has scored. So, waiting for the corner, which Danny Deakin will take. Kieran Lloyd is getting a bit of a chat to along with Sam Kay. Neither referee Joshua Howe not happy with some of the grappling they're doing. You'd think the grappling would be left to the McMahon in the team. And that's my one WWE joke of the weekend. Ball into the middle, headed up into the air by Hyde, and then big boot away. That's how you defend a set piece. Townsend's come way out and he's volleyed it right back. It's a decent volley as well. Eagleton, though, he's going to get penalised for shunting McMahon, and it will be a free kick. Grumpy old man going, come on, Zocky. Come on, there's other people listening to Allcroft and Grumpy old man. Get your comments in on the chat. Arsenal leading 1-0 against Atletico Madrid. Gabriel the scorer. Here comes the ball long from Mercy. Brought down well up front, but then Turner robs the ball in the middle to Kay. And then Eagleton. And Charlesworth. Charlesworth launching the ball long, and it's going to be covered here and then go out to play for a Hyde throw-in. Worsborough 2-0 down, and now it's 2-2. Keelan Grist has equalised for Worsborough. Connor Glavin got one just before the break. Ball launched forward, headed on, back to Owen. Brought down, then knocked over the top. One for Morris potentially to get onto, and he's on, bringing it down on the right-hand side. Needs a bit of help. He's trying to turn into the centre. Laid off for Turner. Turner takes a shot. It's a well-hit shot. It's in the bottom corner. The captain has struck again. The Steels have equalised. It's a lovely hit from Curtis Turner. And it's 2-2 here. The Steels are back level. Beautiful play from James Morris there, laid off a Turner. And Turner's hit it as well as you can do. Yusuf Mersin has had no chance with that one. It's 2-2 here at Ewan Fields. And now Hyde will be very annoying themselves, but what will Hyde do to try and come back into this game? Hyde on the ball now, as they look to build from the back in this Jekyll and Hyde performance from the home team. Brilliant in the first half, not in the second, but Stocksbridge not as great in the first half, but brilliant in the second. Danny Deakin just turned off for a second from that throw-in, and he didn't get the ball back off Pratt, and then Deakin then tried to knock it into the middle. And then Turner will just give away the foul. A bit of a light one to give away, but Hyde will have a chance to put a free kick in. 71 minutes gone. It's 2-2 here. Can the Steels go on for a winner, or will Hyde take it back? Back now with Fernley. The last time Stocksbridge did come from two behind, they end up losing that game to Hallam in the Sheffield Senior Cup. As Fernley launches the ball to the far inside, head up into the air, and almost falls for Pratt, who scored the first goal, but it's blocked. There comes Fernley, another shot blocked. It was a stinger of a shot, and now Deakin will get it, and there's a chance for a counter. Deakin is trying to get it back, but he's going to lose the ball to McMahon, who's on the right-hand side of the pitch. Left foot trying to sweep it out to McCauley, but Charles reads it well and heads it away. Goes to Wilkinson. He's a bit isolated on the right-hand side. Keeps it in well. Trying to get past his man. Tackle goes in. Stocksbridge will get the throw-in. That shot there from Fernley, bloody hell. That's going to sting, that. As Charlesworth launches the ball on, but he's going to go out of play quite early on as well. Bit of a daft one there, which is frustrating. be back here for a throw-in, which is actually a bit deeper than I thought it was going to be. It isn't well in Hyde's half, but the throw-in now will get into Stocksbridge's half as Charles heads away, but Wilkinson flicks it on. Morris trying to bring it down, does really well, gets it out to the right, lays pass forward, looking for Wilkinson, covered by McMahon on this occasion. He's trying to just get it out. Wilkinson with a sliding tackle, and this is one of the things we know about Wilkinson, is he has a tasty tackle in him, and I suspect he's going to end up in the book. He's actually got one of those bookings in pre-season, which is such a rare thing to see. But it looks like our referee Josh Howe is going to let him get off with one there, which is a surprise. We still don't know what the 2 yellows for Hyde were in the first half either. I presume one was for dissent, but Stocksbridge do get away, no yellows yet today. Ball long from Merson. Higgledon will head it right up into the air. Headed back though, Morris couldn't get to it in time, just takes a bounce while Turner gets it forward, and Hyde's just going to allow it to go out for a throw-in. Getting a bit tasty there. Alex O'Connor there with a bit of push in the back, and we know he likes to get involved in a few interesting moments like that, and the referee's just telling him, don't do that again or you're going to end up in my book, as he quite often does. Dortmund are 2-1 up at Copenhagen. Besson Barney scored from the spot. That's in the Champions League. Ball launched forward, headed up into the air, and then cleared away Charles, but he has gone out of play before that happens, so it will be another Hyde throw. So back on the left-hand side. Yep. Ball launched forward, headed away. Wilkinson is looking to hold it up, and he's doing a good job of it. Back it goes, maybe a bit further back than he wanted. He's going to Charles, who's put on immediate pressure, sends it long, heading to midfield, and Wilkinson will just let it go to Kay, who just a bit of a heavy touch from Kay, and almost gets the ball back then as well, but it's back in the Hyde defence. Back to Merson. Morris will press. Merson looks confident on his feet, sending it forward, looking for Scanlon. Goes over everyone, will go out for Stocksbridge throw. Stocksbridge haven't seen much of the ball over the last 5 minutes since they equalised. So back with Smythe. Thrown into the middle, back with Smythe. Goes forward, look for Kay, but the tackle goes in, goes out again for another throw-in. Stocksbridge have it just inside the Hyde half now. Now it goes to Turner, back to Smythe. Forward to Deacon, just goes past him and then cleared away. Owen headed out. Morris chasing forward. Deacon's just trying to get onto it, but hooked away before he can get to him. I think just Deacon's lack of pace is hurting him on that left-hand side. I wouldn't be shocked to see Marshall come on at some point to add that pace back into the team. Charles has just gone committed forward, but now it's been flicked over the top rim, but then Higgledon reads it well and clears it away. Wilkinson's trying to fight for it, but now it's Fernley. Fernley for Hyde, over now to Scanlon. Out to the right here, but well read by Owen. He just can't keep it in play, and it will be a Hyde throw-in. Hyde and Arsenal 2-0 up on Atletico Madrid. Martinelli the scorer. So back with Lloyd. Thrown into the middle, back to Lloyd. Well, we'll move back into the midfield if fairly. And over to McMahon, who goes forward, but well robbed by Charles. Charles, can he start the counter-attack? Lays it forward to Wilkinson. Wilkinson continue forward. Morris wants it. He's looking for Morris. Morris on the right-hand side. Tries to put in the middle, look for Deacon. Goes to Deacon, he gets it all wrong, and it curls wide of the post. It's scuffed it. It's not his favoured foot, his right. He's got his head in his hands there, because that could have been the lead here. Could have been 3-2. Hello, Julie Hodgson. Come on, Seals. Good commentary. Thank you very much, Julie, for that. 77 minutes gone. It is 2-2 here. Ball forward. Headed away. Return forward and then back to O'Connor, who launches it forward. Looking for Wilton. Headed away. Goes to Kay, gets it under feet, but then back to O'Connor. Forward to Morris. Morris on the right. Looking to get into Deacon in the middle, but it will be cleared out for a throw-in. Turner's on the right. Charles have taken his time here. Gets it into the middle, back to Charles, looking for space for the cross, but he's being met all the time. Puts the cross, gets a flick. Deacon scuffs again in the box and then cleared away. It's Smythe there, heads it forward for Kay. Kay trying to take it on the outside. Trying to do it and then knocked out, and it will go out. It will be a stock stroke. Kay's done really well there. Back out for Smythe. Into Deacon, then back to Smythe, to Turner. Back to Owen, who's pulled onto the left. Gets the pass forward, and it's just Stocksbridge left it wait for everyone, and then just Hyde got it. Scanlon's been put under pressure. He's on the ball now. Back into defence. Switching it over to the opposite side. Charlesworth will head it away. O'Connor now over to Charlesworth. Forward, but Wilkinson can't get to it, and now Charlesworth commits the foul, and it will be a free kick to Hyde. 79 minutes gone in this game. It is 2-2. Quickly taken here. Goes to Scanlon. Stocksbridge still running back in position. It's a brilliant switch here over to Kershaw. Charles has got back to meet him, forced him backwards. In the middle, McCauley's just got a bit confused with him, and now it's with Turner. Outright here. The Hyde fans just get a bit frustrated in this stand with us. Long ball forward. No one's there for it though. Hall will just gather it. Wilkinson's going to deal with it as it's over to Morris. Now to Smythe, who will go forward and pressuring him, pressuring Scanlon as Scanlon's forced backwards, goes it to McMahon. McMahon who takes the ball. Back into defence. To the left to McMahon, he's been pressured. Back it goes to Duxbury. The Stocksbridge press working good. And the Stocksbridge got a foot in. It's going to go out for a Stocksbridge throw as well. It came off Duxbury last. A throw really near the corner flag. So Charlesworth will have the throw in now. Stocksbridge, who said the last time, the bad omen is that the last time Stocksbridge came back from 2 behind, they did end up losing 3-2. Leon House scored for Hallam in the last minute. All 4 back to Charlesworth, who brings it down well. Back to O'Connor, short out to the right. Good chance here. Deacon puts in the middle, blocked before it can make it to Wilkinson. Now they're trying to pass the ball out, but well blocked by Turner as it looked like it was going to make its way to Rosethorn. Back it goes to Owen. Over it goes to Smythe. Back to Owen again. Stocksbridge are preparing a substitute. Looks like it will be Tommy Marshall. Ball forward to Morris. Trying to get it, but he gets tackled, and it's going to be fouled back going down. Here comes Pratt. Tries to get it. McCauley has to drop deeper to get it. Morris just a bit slow getting up, which is concerning as the ball goes forward here for Hyde. Out right to Lloyd. Lloyd crossing. It's a really good looking cross. Well headed away by Owen. And then Wilkinson picks it up. Out wide here. And then back into the middle. It's a poor pass there. But then thankfully Kay meets it well. Appeals from both teams to the ball. It will be a Hyde throw. And Stocksbridge just being their own worst enemy on that occasion. So Deacon is going to come off. It's going to be Tommy Marshall. So that pace will be back in the Steel's line. And Kershaw is going to be coming off. He's going to be replaced by Jones Griffiths. So Deacon, who will be cursing some of those chances. And he scuffed. It just came on his unfavoured right, which was really unfortunate. Ball is on this right-hand side now. Marshall's been out of the squad for a while. He's got a point to prove. He'll want to be back in that squad. He don't want to be spending his Saturdays gardening, I'm sure. Smythe has just made a mistake. Lloyd puts the ball in the middle. It's blocked, and then O'Connor passes it way out, and Turner stabs it forward to Morris, but then he's robbed of the ball. McCauley doing some brilliant defensive work. Sorry, Jones Griffiths there. Back to Merson. Takes his time, and then he's going to send it long. Owen will head it only up into the air. He has to do a second header to get away, but only back to Jones Griffiths, who gets it down with the chest. But then Marshall, his first touch is to intercept the ball. Out to Turner. Now to O'Connor. O'Connor Sideways to Kay. Kay will continue forward with it. Over to Smythe. Back to Owen. He's going to give it back to Eagleton, the furthest outfield player for Stocksbridge. Out it goes now to O'Connor. Forward to Wilkinson. Lovely little one-touch looking for Charles if he just loses control. And then a bit of a late collision there with the player, and he's staying down, but because it's a head injury, we are going to see play stop for a second. Some more goals to go about. Arsenal now 4-0 up on Atletico Madrid. Victor Gyökeres has doubled his, scored 2. Arsenal went, and now Newcastle are 2-0 up on Benfica. Harvey Barnes scored. Looks like we're going to see some subs for Hyde. Just going to see who these are. Look, Horsthorne's coming off. He'll be replaced by Charlie Frost. Just see. The striker there who's had lively moments, but no, we've got the goals he wanted to. Hello, Dave Wilson. We come on, Tommy Marshall for the winner. Well, the last time Stocksbridge did come from 2 behind to win a game, it was Bishop Auckland at the start of last season, and Tommy Marshall did score one of the goals in that game. So, goal is back with Hyde in defence. Looking for this switch to get it far, but looks like it should be over everyone's head. Smythe is just going to follow that and allow it to go out of play. Marshall's actually on the left wing today rather than the right he typically goes on to. The idea, I'm guessing, is that he will be cutting in. Back with Smythe. Ball going long. He's looking for Kay, but head away from him and make it to him. Jones-Griffiths brings it back. Back into defence with Hall, who sends a low ball forward. It's a really good ball here, and then being dragged around by Turner, and that is going to be a free kick. Turner's probably going to end up with a yellow card for persistent fouling here. He's done quite a few at this point. The goal scorer brought the game level, and he is going to be Stocksbridge's first yellow of the game. And there is that yellow confirmed. That is a absolutely fair one, I think we all agree. So the ball is now going to be back with Fernley for a free kick. Stocksbridge have to again be on top defence. They don't want to come back only to let it go again. That is a sucker punch and a half to deal with. Ball back to Fernley. Ball going long. Headed away and then cleared by Owen. Going to be go back out here to Fernley. Back it goes to Lloyd, who then returns it to Mercy. Stocksbridge aren't pressing the keeper as they did earlier on in the game, and they did it with success as well. To Lloyd, who has it now. Ball going long. Owen goes touch to Turner. Turner out to Marshall, who's got a chance to run now. Bit of pace on him. Tries to slip through to Morris, trying to get it back. Then attacker goes away from him, and this has been lost now to Hyde, but then the pass out wide goes to be a Stocksbridge throw-in. 86 minutes gone in this game. It's certainly been an exciting one. Smythe throws in the middle to Turner. Back to Smythe. Switching, it's a bit of a sting at Turner. That, ooh, does it hit him on the chest. O'Connor. Back to Eagleton. Healing over to Owen. Owen now to Smythe, who's been pressed. In the middle to Marshall, miss Marshall, but Marshall just turned. Jones-Griffiths gets a few hands in his face. Advantage given as O'Connor's on the ball now. O'Connor sideways to Turner. Over to O'Connor. Goes forward here to Marshall, puts the ball in, but it's clear for it, makes it 21. Goes to Kay, he likes a long-range shot, takes one, it's wide. The one I'm thinking of though is Ashton United one. There's a yellow card for Jones-Griffiths for that foul in the build-up. This time KO did come so close to a goal against Ashton United, incredibly saved by Jordan Eastham. That one, saved it onto the bar, it was one of those, oh my God, how did you save that moments? But she did another one as well from Gushi that day. It was a great performance from Eastham in that game. As Stocksbridge had the ball away, almost to Morris, but cleared away. Oh, it's forward, and Head into midfield, flicks in, Jones-Griffiths wins it. Out to the right and just goes past Smythe, and it's a bit of a foot race there, and it's going to be won here by Scanlon. Smythe having to deal with it. Back into the middle to Jones-Griffiths. Takes a touch and then well won there by O'Connor, and now Turner will carry it away. Stocksbridge on the counter-attack. Bit of ragging here, there's an advantage given for O'Connor being ragged about. Ball over the top, Wilkinson stopped his run, and that's going to end that attack. Sheffield United 3-1 up on Blackburn Rovers. They are going to win at Ewood Park. Tyrese Campbell, the scorer. Ball launched forward, headed away by Owen. Morris heads it on, but no one in the vicinity other than red shirts. Duxbury clearing it out, looking for Macaulay. Headed away by Illan. Turner takes it under control, forward to Kay. Kay wants to turn, tackle goes in, it's a good tackle. And now it's Scanlon, who's been forced back by Turner. Now to Jones-Griffiths, back into defence. Forward. Here comes Fernley. Ball into Frost. Forced backwards again. To Hall. Switching it, looking for Macaulay. It's a really nice ball to Macaulay, but Charles did go enough ahead of it. Macaulay will pick up deep, and now he gets a chance to run at the defence. Macaulay's trying to run into the box, and then well rubbed the ball, and Macaulay's fouled his man there and Stocksbridge will come away with a free kick. Looks like we're going to, I think 4 minutes is going to be how much added time we're going to get. Rusborough the inspiration for Stocksbridge. They're 3-2 up on Gould. Connor Glavin has scored from the spot after being 2-0 down there. In Goldcar, 2-1 up at Wombwell. George Doyle has scored from the spot. So that's confirmation of the 4 minutes added time. Townsend now. Sending it forward here, looking for Morris, but it's headed away towards the right and then cleared out. Eagledon will head it forward. Kay tries to flick it to the right. No one's there for it. Goes out for a throw-in. 20 seconds of added time have gone. As they go for as Hyde have the throw-in. Launched forward by McMahon. Headed away. Goes forward and then cleared out. In the middle and oh, there's a chance here. Owen didn't press like he thought he would, and here comes Hyde. Out to the right here to Scanlon. Scanlon looking to get a cross in, and it's blocked. It's a corner kick to Hyde, and oh, he's given a goal kick. It's come off the Hyde man last. Well, the Hyde fans here were saying it's a corner, and well, I actually thought I kind of agreed with them on this occasion. So it will be a goal kick and a chance for the Steels to. I think they all wasted a bit of time here. Ian Richards won't admit that they'd be happy with the draw, but you know, I think the actions are speaking louder, well, than the words at the moment. Ball long from Townsend. Big header away, and then it comes off the back of Owen, and then Turner will collect it. Turner sending it long, looking for Wilkinson, but headed away, goes out, and it will be a Stocksbridge throw-in. Time ticking away here. Now Turner on the ball. Going forward with it, headed away and then cleared up into the air by Hyde. A chance for Turner to challenge and got something on it, but not enough. And now Hyde get it forward and they're trying to get through with it now. Now Scanlon, Smythe misses that tackle. He's come well out of position. Smythe. Scanlon's now over on the left-hand side. The Steels are the ones holding on at the moment. Back into defence. As they look to build from the back, Hall on the ball, looking the ball forward. Eagledon will look to read it, good header away, but it's only going to go back into midfield. The Stocksbridge just dropped a bit deep on midfield. Now over to Lloyd. Into midfield now with Fernley. Fernley going forward. Back now, look for Jones-Griffiths. Slight tackle, almost gets there. Turner just clears it, but he's only giving it back now to Hyde. Now Fernley. Fernley out to the left, and there's a bit of space there. Charles has left him, but then the poor touch has allowed Charles just to close in the space. Back it goes to McMahon, being forced backwards, and back to Duxbury. Now Hall. Hall, ball forward, big ball forward, headed on, and then Townsend will claim that. We have a minute to go of added time here. Townsend will launch it forward. He's looking to get it to Morris. His shirt's been pulled, Morris. Still gets the first touch. Goes out to the right-hand side, back into midfield. Slip forward now to Turner. Turner forward. Goes to Marshall. Tries to slip it through. Almost through to Kay. It's going to still be a chance. Morris trying to get onto it. Takes a clip. Drilled shot. Oh, just wide! That was almost it. And that's full time. It was the last kick of the game from Tommy Marshall there. It was almost the winner. But what a game that was. Stocksbridge were 2-0 down in the first half. Here, goals from Tom Pratt and Taylor McMahon had the Steels scrambling for anything, but they came out on fire, missed a few chances, but then James Morris scored to get one back in. Curtis Turner with the equaliser gets a point here away at Hyde United. Chances to win it for Stocksbridge, chances to win it for Hyde, but a draw, probably a fair one on the sum of the 90 minutes. I've been Adam Allcroft for this live match commentary. Thank you very much to all of you who are listening. Really do appreciate it. We'll see you on Saturday when we're away at Hyde again. We'll see you then.